Good morning students, welcome to day 18. In previous class we studied up to that is the mutation and the genetic code. Point mutation, frameshift mutation we all discussed in the last class. In today's class we are going to study that is important RNA, that is tRNA structure and as well as translation in today's class. So first we have to understand the structure of tRNA. Here tRNA, you know already full form, we already mentioned three types of RNA, rRNA, mRNA, tRNA. tRNA is transfer RNA. Okay, formerly means before it was known as soluble RNA, that is another name of tRNA, transfer RNA or soluble RNA. So after learning the structure of tRNA, we will move to process of translation, that is exact protein formation. Okay, now in tRNA, there are total 1, 2, 3. That is, 3 loops are there. That is, tRNA has 3 loops and 5 arms. 5 arms. That is, first, what is that one? First, this loop I will explain here. That is T psi C loop. Okay, here T psi C loop. What is here? T. Remember, there is no thymine in RNA, but in tRNA there is a modified thymine is present. Very important point this one. Okay, which type of thymine it is? Modified thymine. Modified thymine is found in tRNA, hence this arm is called or this loop is called, that is T psi C loop. That is T means thymidine, actually ribothymidine, because it is present in RNA, ribothymidine. Okay, and this is pseudocytosine. Pseudocytosine. Complete name is that is thymidine pseudocytosine loop. This one. What is its function? Its function is it helps in the attachment of ribosome. Attachment of ribosome for protein formation. You know already what is protein factory? That is ribosome. So, ಈ ribosome ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು? ಈ tRNA ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ? ribosome ಹತ್ರ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ತಯಾರಾಗೋದು ಅವಾಗ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದ ನಂತರ. Okay, next arm, that is anticodon or loop you can call it. Anticodon loop. Now you know codon already, 3 base sequence, like the same here. Anti means opposite. Now again it is very important here. Now our mRNA is coming from, that is the nucleus, by the process of transcription mRNA form ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ mRNA ಗೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಡಾನ್ ಅದಾವ್ರಿ, UUU, AUG, CCC, GUG, GAG, like that. Whatever codons are present on that mRNA, that is going to be read by this loop. This loop. Okay, that is anticodon loop. Okay, here I will explain later. UAC will code for what? AUG. Now this AUG is present on what? Our mRNA with the polarity 5 prime to 3 prime. I will explain again in detail. This is for example our mRNA which is coming by the transcription process, and ಇಲ್ಲಿ AUG ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡಾನ್ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? ಆ tRNA with which anticodon? UAC. That is complementary base pairing, and hence it is called anticodon loop. Function of this one is it reads or decodes the codon from mRNA, and after that this is also known as, these are also known as NODOC. Again important term. What is NODOC? It is just reverse of codon, CODON codon, and NODOC NODOC, because it is reverse codon anticodon, and hence codon ki reverse iddittu NODOC, another name of anticodon. Okay, now remember this is made up of 7 base pairs. This loop is made up of 7 base pairs, out of which 3 bases. Okay, 3 bases, base pair illa. Okay, 3 bases means it is a single strand again. 3 bases will act as anticodons. Anticodons. ಆ 3 bases ಯಾವುದು ಇರಬಹುದು? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ AUG ಇತ್ತು, ಈ ಕಡೆ UAC ಬರ್ತದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ UU ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ಕಡೆ AAA ಬರ್ತದ, ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. Okay, now coming to third, that is DHU loop. DHU loop, that is dihydroxyuridine loop. DHU is nothing but dihydroxyuridine loop. Now what is its function? Its function is nothing but recognition of amino acids. Recognition of amino acid. Important, remember, here it is one half, I will tell you again. Okay, DHU loop, full form is dihydroxyuridine loop. Function ಏನು ಅದರದ್ದು? Recognition of amino acid. ಯಾವ amino acid ಅನ್ನ ಈ RNA ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? DHU loop. How it is that possible? Because this DHU loop contains enzymes by name amino acyl tRNA synthetase. Amino acyl tRNA synthetase अथवा amino acyl enzyme you can call. So these are again of 20 types. These enzymes are again of 20 types. Why 20 types? We require 20 different amino acids for protein formation. Polypeptide chain formation ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಂದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು amino acid ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ? Just that is 20. Remember, in our body again up to 100 amino acids are there, but for formation we require only 20 amino acids. Okay, so for those different 20 amino acids, 20 different enzymes are present in which loop? DHU loop. So ಇದರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈಗ? ಯಾವ ಯಾವ ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅದರಿ ಆ ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದರ a particular enzyme ಐತಿ, hence which arm it is? Function is recognition of amino acid. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್, it means this third prime end is nothing but third prime end is amino acid, that is amino acid attachment site which have a particular base by name CCA. You know it, that is CCA अथवा ACC you can call. This CCA sequence is present at third prime end of the tRNA, to which what is going to attach? Amino acid from the cytoplasm. Remember, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ? Cytoplasm ಒಳಗೆ ಆಗೋದು. Okay, now but ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ which amino acid here is going to attach particularly, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ amino acid particularly attach ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? DHU, because it has a particular enzyme. 20 amino acids ಅಲ್ಲ, 20 enzymes ಅದಾವ್ರಿ ಅವರು. So ಇದನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತದೆ. Okay, then ಇದರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು? It attaches to the ribosome, because ribosome ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, now here it is the fifth prime end. Remember, fifth prime end of tRNA always end with guanine, that is G. Always end with guanine. Here the G is mentioned, this one. 5 prime end of tRNA always end with, that is guanine base. Now remember, coming to structure. Okay, tRNA actually single stranded, I think. Why it is appearing like double stranded? Remember, tRNA when rotate itself, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು rotate ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದ್ರಿ, due to these complementary base pairs it gets double stranded structure. Okay, ಇದು actually single stranded ಇರೋದು RNA ಅಂತಂದಾಗ, but even bases ಇರ್ತವ್ರಿ, ಈ bases ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು complementary ಇದ್ದಿದ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ, okay, it forms a double strand. Complementary ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ DNA ತರ. ಇದು actually ಏನೈತಿ? ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್, that is 5 to 3, 5 to 3, like that, only single strand, but due to complementarity of the bases it forms a double stranded like structure. Now why loop is formed? Loop ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಾಗ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ and hence a balloon like structure is formed in the loop. Now coming to that is arms. Arms are nothing but ಯಾವ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೂಪ್ ಅದಾವ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಆರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. This is 1 2 3 4 and fifth is variable arm. That is important again. First arm you can write here same name T size C loop ಅಂತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ arm ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ anticodon arm ಅಥವಾ ನೋಡಾಕ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಸೇಮ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ಕ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಐತಿ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ DHU arm and fourth this one 5 prime and 3 prime end ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು 5 prime that is 3 prime end arm fifth ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ unknown yet ಇವಾಗಿನ ತನಕ ಇದರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ which arm that is variable or short r variable or short r its function is unknown till today okay now so after this where our amino acid attaches that is at the 3 prime end which is having the particular sequence that is CCA and 5th prime end of tRNA ends with what G that is guanine now another information which is already mentioned in book remember scientist Francis Crick what is the name of scientist that is Francis Crick before the discovery of genetic code only that is before the discovery of genetic code only Francis Crick already had an idea that there is a molecule which is helping in the attachment of amino acids according to the bases present on mRNA. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಕ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಐತಿ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಒಳಗ ಅದು ಏನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬಟ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರ ರೀತಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಯಾರ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ mRNA. So because he thought that amino acids themselves don't have that structural speciality to form a amino acid chain. Amino acids themselves don't have a structural speciality to form a polypeptide chain by themselves and hence he discovered first time that is this tRNA and this tRNA already discovered before genetic code only but formerly known as soluble RNA that is sRNA soluble RNA. Now this scientist discovered this one. Now what it does on one hand this tRNA function only on one hand it reads the codon from mRNA which hand that is anticodon hand in the sense R on which loop it is from one loop it reads the codon from mRNA whereas on the other hand it attaches the specific amino acid artha agta ide on one hand it reads the codon from mRNA on other hand it attaches the respective amino acid from the cytoplasm here on one hand reads codons you know codons triplet form codons from what edra ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ mRNA from mRNA on the other hand what it does attaches or selects amino acid ಈ amino acid select ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮೇಲೆ mRNA ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಅದ ಆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇನ್ನ this arm because it has a particular enzymes okay recognition that is this enzyme which recognize the particular amino acid. Now after this how many amino acids are required for our protein formation 20 okay just I told you 20 amino acids are required it means there are again 20 different tRNA required okay remember first point there are more than difference between mRNA tRNA RNA ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ಸಿನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ there are more than 60 tRNA means 60 tRNA types of tRNA are more than 60 but we require 20 tRNAs for the protein formation because our required amino acids ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದರಿ 20 tRNA for 20 amino acids. Okay, now these tRNA for different amino acids and another there is a separate tRNA which helps in the initiation of translation. Okay, initiation of translation, that is called initiator tRNA. Initiator tRNA, and there are no tRNA for stop codons. You know stop codons, Muradori, UAA, UGA, like that. Okay, wow, that is UAA, stop codons like UAA, UGA, and UAG. You more another stop codon. Out of 64 codons, 3 are functionless. They are also called as nonsense codon, stop codon, terminator codon. So ee codons ಒಳಗ recognize ಮಾಡಕ read ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ tRNA ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So 20 tRNA ಅದಾವ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು tRNA ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್, ಆ tRNA ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ initiator tRNA. Now after this structure, this model is called clover leaf model. Clover leaf model. This structure. Why it is called clover leaf model? That is, clover leaf is that appears like this. Same leaf of the clove plant, they appear like this, and hence when this structure is joined or complementary bases are joined, it appears like this only, and hence this model is called clover leaf model. And this structure was given by scientist tRNA. ಯಾವ structure ಇದು 2D. This is given in book. It is also called secondary structure of tRNA. Structure of tRNA, also known as clover leaf structure or model, which is given by scientist Hawley. Scientist Hawley gave the clover leaf model structure of tRNA, but in actually actual tRNA means 3D structure. 3D structure of tRNA is actually what it appears like. It appears like inverted L. ಏನ್ರಿ ಅದು inverted L. L in alphabet ಇರ್ತದ, ಅದನ್ನ inverted form ದಾಗ actual structure of tRNA appears. That is called 3D structure. Actually means 3D, and that was given by scientist Kim and Clark. Scientist Kim and Clark gave the actual structure of tRNA, and the actual structure of tRNA is difficult to explain in the classes or on the board, and hence very easy structure for tRNA to study is 2D or secondary structure, that is called as clover leaf model, that is given by scientist Hawley. These two scientists name are important for entrance point of view. So this is about total tRNA. Okay, now after getting familiar with the structure of tRNA, we can easily understand the process of translation. tRNA also called adapter RNA. Why it is called adapter? Because it adapts the amino acid based on the sequence present on mRNA. I will write here, that is adapter RNA. Adapter RNA. tRNA also called adapter RNA. Now coming to process translation. Very interesting process again. You know, translation means conversion of that is one form into other form. Okay, now what happens here, DNA ಲಿಂದ mRNA ತಯಾರಾಗಿದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತ್ರಿ, that process we call transcription. Okay, on the basis of which principle, complementarity principle. Okay, ಆ process ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ mRNA ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರಿ, ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಲಿಂದ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಂ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಂ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, protein synthesis takes place at what, actually translation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ this is the actual step of protein synthesis which occurs or takes place at ribosome. Very important, ribosome, that is nothing but cellular factory for protein synthesis. Now actually ribosomes made of what, structural RNAs plus 80 different proteins. Same point given in NCERT. ಇದನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ RNA nothing but ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಯಾವ RNA ರೀ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದು rRNA. hence rRNA is called ribosomal RNA. okay, rRNA ಇಂದನೇ ತಯಾರಾಗೋದು ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್. rRNA plus protein forms ribosome. okay, now translation. what is this translation? Formation of polypeptide chain means nothing but amino acid chain, polypeptide chain on the basis of formation of polypeptide chain on the basis of what, on the basis of the bases present on mRNA, on basis of bases present on mRNA. Remember, this mRNA is coming from what, DNA. DNA ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಮೆಸೆಂಜರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ, ನಮ್ದು ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹೂ the protein is going to form, DNA. according to DNA our polypeptide chain is going to form, but intermediate molecule is mRNA. that you keep in mind. okay, now here amino acids are added, on basis of base sequence of mRNA. Now coming to the process, how it is going to occur. Before going to process, again a short information about ribosome. Ribosome is nothing but what, rRNA plus proteins. Exact importantly 80 different proteins in book. okay, idu night. Now ribosomes have two subunits, that is larger and smaller subunit. Remember, in prokaryotes the smaller subunit in prokaryote is 30s and larger subunit in prokaryote is 50s. collectively when they combine they form 70s. remember, ನೀವು ಸೆಲ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ದಾಗ ಓದಿರಬಹುದು, ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ RNA ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ 70s. actually RNA ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗಿದಿರ್ತದೆ, ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಸಬ್ಯೂನಿಟ್, ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಸಬ್ಯೂನಿಟ್. that larger subunit 50s in prokaryotes and smaller subunit is 30s, that is in prokaryotes. S is nothing but Swedberg constant, that is density based. name of the scientist again Swedberg, so name is given 50s 30s. whereas in eukaryotes smaller subunit is 40s and larger subunit, I am writing directly, 60s. and by combining these two actually 100 ಆಗೋದು, but when combine ಆದಾಗ ಏನಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ 80s. ATS. That is, which type of RNA present in eukaryotes? ATS. And which type of RNA present in prokaryote? 70S. When you divide it, increase 10 10 like that. That is 40 and 60. That is so. Now after this, in the large subunit of ribosome, what is that point? Large subunit of ribosome have two sites. ಯಾವ ಸೈಟ್ ಅದು? A site and P site. Now what is A site? Amino acid acceptor site. Amino acid acceptor site. P site is nothing but peptidal bond formation site. A site is amino acid acceptor site and P is peptidal bond formation site. Peptidal bond ಎದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ? Between the two amino acids and chain ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, now after getting the structure of this ribosome, we come to process of translation. Process of translation ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗ್ತದ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅದಾವ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗ? Translation involves 3 steps, that is initiation, elongation and termination. Termination ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Stop ಆಗೋದು. Okay, now listen. Translation process have 3 steps. First, chain initiation. Okay, just listen. Before going to chain initiation, few process takes place again there. That is nothing but activation. We will see this later. First we discuss this one. Activation of amino acid. Again important step. Remember, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದ್ರಿ. Remember or recall the process of replication. ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಡೈಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಂದಾಗ ಎರಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ. ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಎರಡು ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತವ ಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. and that step is nothing but activation of amino acid. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು replication ದಾಗ activation of nucleotides ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. like the same here there is activation of amino acid. ಅದು ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. here amino acid join with ATP, amino acid plus ATP, and form what? Amino acid, we write directly, amino acid AMP enzyme complex. This is very important step, plus 2-phosphate, that is 2 molecules of phosphate, inorganic phosphate. In presence of enzyme, ಯಾವ enzyme ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, that is amino acid tRNA synthetase. In presence of enzyme amino acid tRNA synthetase, what happens? Amino acid join with ATP and get converted into what? Amino acid AMP enzyme complex. It means now here amino acid become charged. In the amino acid there are 3 phosphate molecules are added now. Now this amino acid, which type of amino acid it is now? Amino acid AMP enzyme complex plus this 2-phosphate react with or get transferred towards their specific tRNA. Specific tRNA ಯಾಕಂತ ಇದೀನಿ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಸಲುವಾಗ ಒಂದೊಂದು tRNA ಬೇರೆದೈತಿ. For example, this is one type of amino acid. This it will attach to which type of tRNA? One type of tRNA only. A type of amino acid will attach to A type of tRNA only. Now here what happens? After joining with tRNA, this AMP and this enzyme, ಯಾವ enzyme ಇದು? enzyme ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಕೂಡಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ತಯಾರಾಗಿದೆ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ತಯಾರಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಲೈನ್ So this amino acid that is monophosphate and enzyme liberated. When they get liberated, when this activated amino acids attach to tRNA, now their work is completed and they get liberated, and this tRNA now considered as charged tRNA. Charged tRNA. Why charged? Because it is retaining what? 2-phosphate. It is retaining 2-phosphate. Where these phosphates are required? In the bond formation at the T site. That is peptidal bond formation site. Now this tRNA which was normal, now it is containing what? It is containing amino acid. This one. This complex. This is deleted, liberated. Amino acid plus this tRNA and that is your phosphate. Now this complex, which is here, it is charged tRNA with the proper amino acid, that is A type of tRNA or one type tRNA with its one type amino acid plus having what? 2 extra phosphate. Now this tRNA is ready to read the codon, from what? mRNA. Now comes the step. Okay, this step also called as, this step is called charging of tRNA or amino acylation. Okay, this is very important step. tRNA charge because energy is required for the bond formation. Okay. Now after this coming to chain initiation, that is actual process of translation. Chain initiation, then elongation, and then termination, means process completed. Chain initiation. Now how it occurs? It is occurred by again with the help of initiation factors. Initiation factors, that is in prokaryotes there are 3 initiation factors. I am writing in short IF. There are 3 initiation factors in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes there are 9 initiation factors. Factors nothing but protein which helps in the start or to begin the process of translation. Okay. Now how it is going to form? You know our mRNA came into cytoplasm. Now this mRNA attaches to the subunits of ribosome. Now for example in prokaryotes, I will write here. Now our mRNA coming from what? Nucleus. By which process? Transcription. Now this mRNA joined with, very important step, smaller subunit of ribosome. Smaller subunit of ribosome. And forms what? It forms nothing but mRNA and small subunit under yavudu prokaryote olaga 30S complex means now they grouped together. mRNA 30S, it minus automatically there is a link between these two. mRNA 30S complex. Why 30S? In prokaryotes 30S is the smaller subunit. mRNA yari attach agtundi modula small subunit large illa. Whereas ide eukaryote lo barದಾಗ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ mRNA joined with what? 40S. There is a difference, just slight difference. This is in eukaryote, this is in prokaryote. Complex. Now after this formation of this one, here what happens? Larger subunit of, remember, who is going to join or encounter the mRNA? The word given in NCERT is The smaller subunit of ribosome encounters mRNA. It means nothing but attaches, finds, like that. Okay. Now the smaller subunit attaches to the mRNA. Okay. Now who is there again needed? Larger subunit. Larger subunit of ribosome now assemble, very important term, or join, assemble the smaller subunit. Smaller subunit. Now what is there happening? Here for example a rough diagram of ribosome. This is our 70S, means larger subunit. This is our 30S. Okay. Now this 30S is already having what along with it? mRNA. Same ಇದನ್ನ ಯುಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ ದಾಗ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ 80S and ಈ ಕಡೆ 40S. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? mRNA. mRNA में ಏನು ಅದಾವ್ರಿ? That is codons in the triplet form which is copied from DNA by process of transcription. Okay. Now I will tell with this only. Now here larger subunit combined with smaller subunit and form a complete ribosome. Now this structure is called ribosome. Okay. Now for assembling or joining of the two subunits of ribosome, there is a required concentration of magnesium ions. Very important. Which ions? Magnesium ions. Remember, when there is no process of translation, the two subunits of ribosome are separated from each other. They are found in separate form, single form. They are not joined always. When they join only during the process of translation. A process ಆಗೋದಿನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ larger subunit smaller subunit join ಆಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? These two subunits remain separate from each other. So join ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು? Magnesium ion concentration ಬೇಕು. And ಈ magnesium ion concentration ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 0.001 molar. Very important concentration again this one. This is again for you in the first year cell chapter during the study of ribosome. Okay. Now which concentration is required of magnesium ion? 0.001 molar concentration. When the concentration of magnesium reaches to this one, the two subunits, that is larger and smaller subunit, combine together to form a proper ribosome. Okay. Now when concentration decreases, when concentration is less than 0.001 molar, the two subunits of ribosome dissociate. What is dissociate? Illi association agittu, joining agittu. Illi they are going to separate, that is dissociate. And what happens in case if the concentration go beyond this one, more than what? 0.001 molar, more than one ribosome is going to combine. It leads to many ribosome formation. Many ribosome formation. ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಾಗ ಇದು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. Okay, this one. Now this, along with this, what is present here? Our mRNA. mRNA ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? In the smaller subunit, the same diagram given in NCERT. With the smaller subunit only, our mRNA is there. This is our smaller subunit. Prokaryote ದಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು 70 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Sorry, this is 30 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. And larger unit ಅನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರೀತೀರಿ? 50 ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಿ. ಅದೇ ಯುಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ ದಾಗ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತಂದ್ರ larger subunit was that is 60 and smaller subunit would be 40. This is the only difference. And here smaller subunit is already attached with what? mRNA. The larger subunit have two sites, I told you, A site and what is that? A site and P site. Now what happens actually the process we will study. Okay. Now this is just initiation. Now coming to second step. Chain elongation. Elongation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? one by one amino acids add ಆಗೋದು and length of amino acid chain increase ಆಗೋದು. That is one. Now here what happens, this A site, I will write here the diagram. Larger subunit of ribosome, smaller subunit of ribosome. Now for example, smaller subunit of ribosome is just attached here. Already arda complete agidi torsara. Now I start torsta idini. And you know already start codon is AUG. AUG. Now idanna read ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? tRNA ಬರೋದು. Simple rough diagram I am telling here. ಈ ಜಾಗ ಇದು ಸೈಟ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸಬ್ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಒಳಗ A ಸೈಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದು P site. Actually third site is there, remember, exit site, E site, but ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಇವೆರಡು. Okay, now listen, what is this A site? Amino acid acceptor site. Now you know already structure of tRNA. Okay, now this tRNA T site C loop attaches to the ribosome, function of that one. So after attaching here at tRNA's third prime end ಏನು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್. ಆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಯಾವುದು ಆರ್ಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡಾನ್ ಲೂಪ್. ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡಾನ್. ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡಾನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಕೋಡಾನ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್? ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ see. Now for example, our first tRNA is here. This is our first tRNA. ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆ? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ AUG. AUG ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡಾನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಇರ್ತದೆ? UAC. Remember, this is the important step. UAC. What is UAC? It is anticodon and it recognizes AUG. And for example, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ next RNA ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? mRNA ಮ್ಯಾಗ UUU. So next tRNA ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದ? How many tRNA we have? I told you 20 amino acid ಅಂತಂದಾಗ 20 tRNA. So this tRNA along with its what? Anticodon 3 AAA, here it comes and reads. For example, now UUU code for what? Remember, that is the first genetic code given in the checkerboard. UUU code for phenylalanine. Okay, phenylalanine. So when there is UUU on mRNA, ಈ tRNA ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತದೆ? phenylalanine. Okay, phenylalanine. Now what happens here? Now this ribosome, for example, this is the larger subunit, this is the smaller subunit. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಏನು ಬಂತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? AUG. Now this is initiator codon. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು? that is initiator codon ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ? methionine ಬರ್ತದೆ. Okay, now for example, here again GUG is there. Next, because there is no gap, ಇದೇ ತರ continuously ಇರ್ತದೆ. CCC UUA like that. Okay, now listen, this GUG is going to be decoded by tRNA, another tRNA. For example, this is our first tRNA was initiator here, second tRNA is here, which is selecting what? Phenylalanine, and our third tRNA GUG code for example, it code for glycine. Table ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. For example, it code for glycine. So ಈ tRNA GUG read ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಯಾವ ತರ? Because this tRNA will have anticodon complementary to this. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು? CAC ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? GUG of mRNA it reads. Okay, and GUG ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ? Observe from the checkerboard, it will code for glycine. It means first tRNA ಏನು ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ? phenylalanine. I will separate here. Phenylalanine. This is of this second tRNA. And third tRNA ಏನು ತಂದ್ರಿ ಇವಾಗ? glycine. Now remember, when this ribosome moves to here, which side it is? A side, and here it is P side. Now I will make it separate. This P, that is phenylalanine, and this glycine from the next tRNA. Now here it will be P side, it will be A side. At the A side, fourth
tRNA will be there. From mRNA it reads the code, okay, it reads UAC and again brings any particular amino acid. But what happens here between this amino acid and this amino acid? At the P side, P means peptidal bond formation site. Now remember, with these two amino acids, what is present? Phosphates are present and they are required for what? Bond formation. And same, now here this ribosome moves along with the mRNA. The ribosome moves on the mRNA from codon to codon. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ tRNA ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Ribosome, for example, this is ribosome. For example, this is ribosome and this is mRNA. Okay. Now this mRNA will not enter into ribosome. Ribosome jumps on mRNA from codon to codon. From codon to codon along with the mRNA. Okay. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗಿನ ತನಕ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕೋಡಾನ್ ಬರೋ ತನಕ, you know 3 ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕೋಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಬರೋ ತನಕ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. And this jumping of mRNA, jumping of this ribosome is called translocation. Translocation. Now same process is here. Same process here. Remember, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? First ಈ ribosome ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು and ಇದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? For example, this is the CUC and UUG, GUU. I am making here separate, and this UUG and this GUU and this is CCG, like that. For example, simply understand ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ. This is GCA. GCA on mRNA, other side anticodan ಯಾವುದು tRNA ಗ CGU. So that tRNA brings what? Alanine amino acid. Same diagram from NCERT, alanine amino acid. So just next here GUU. mRNA ಗೆ GUU ಇದೆ and ಇಲ್ಲಿ tRNA ಯಾವುದು ಬರಬೇಕ್ರಿ? With anticodan CAA and in GU idaga GUU code for valine, and hence this tRNA brings to which amino acid? Valine, and like that. Now between these two bond formation have to occur. Then which bond? Peptidal bond. Now which start nantara ee ribosome edru ಮೇಲೆ jump ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ codon, and our ಯಾವ tRNA ಬರ್ತದೆ? tRNA with which codon? UUA, and according to AAU ಯಾವ ಕೋಡಾನ್ amino acid ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? aspergine. ಸೊ ಈ tRNA ಯಾರಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತದ? aspergine. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೈತಿ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಎಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಇದು ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡಾನ್ ನೋಡಾಕ್ಲಿನ್ UA. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ನಾಗ it moves to this codon, means here ribosome moves from codon to codon on mRNA. Okay, so here peptidal bond formation is occurring. So these amino acids are according to the codons present on mRNA. It means here so here when this ribosome jumps from codon to codon on this mRNA, what happens? This P site shift to A site, and A site like now shift to that is further again. Here ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ರೀ? P site comes here now and A site shift to here, and P site ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತದೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ E site, exit site. ಈ ತರ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ mRNA ಮೇಲೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ and ಈ ಕೋಡಾನ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈಗ ಯಾರು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್. This is what? Polypeptide chain. So it occurs, it happens till what? Till here which codon comes? UAA, UGA or UAG. You ಮೂರು ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಕೋಡಾನ್ ಬರೋ ತನಕ till the stop codon comes on mRNA, the process continues. And actually 20 amino acids ಆದ ನಂತರ one stop codon ಬಂದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. One stop codon ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? There is no
tRNA for stop codon, it means process of translation stops, and that is the third step. That is the third step, chain termination. Chain termination. When it occurs, when stop codon come on mRNA, process of termination takes place. Now what happens? A release factor, for example RF1, it joins to stop codon, for example UAA, and what it causes? It causes the release of polypeptide chain from what? This structure, machinery of protein, from ribosome. It means ಯಾವಾಗ mRNA ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇನ್ ತಯಾರಾಗಿದ ನಂತರ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕೋಡನ್ ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಬಂತ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ, at the same time a factor go and join, that is factor name release factor. ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತದ್ರಿ? ಆ ಪಾಲಿಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ ಚೈನ್ ತಯಾರಾಗದ ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ತದ. ಯಾರಿಂದ? ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಲಿಂದ. at the same time mRNA also gets separate and this dissociate soon. ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ dissociate ಆಗ್ತದೆ, that is degenerate, and this polypeptide chain is left into the cytoplasm, and these two subunits of ribosome again get separate. ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? When there is a stop codon on the mRNA and a release factor joins, and release factor ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ರೀ? It releases polypeptide chain from the ribosome. So this is total process of translation. Now a small point again I will mention here. UTRs nothing but untranslated regions. UTR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? Untranslated regions are present on mRNA. What is our mRNA having polarity? 5 prime to 3 prime. Now listen, initiation codon ಯಾವುದು ಇರ್ತದೆ? AUG. So ಇದ್ರ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೋಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವ. ಆ ಕೋಡಾನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, and such codons are called untranslated regions. And after 3 prime end also there are UTR, before 5 prime end also there are UTR. It means you translation ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? 5 to 3 prime end ಮಧ್ಯದಾಗಿದ್ದು exact 20 codons ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ? ಡಿಕೋಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ 20 ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ UTR helps in efficient translation process. Efficient means 100%. One protein ಒಳಗೆ 20 ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಬರೋ ಸಲುವಾಗ. Because for example this is a thread. ಈ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ UTRs ಇರ್ತಾವ. When it enters, then AUG comes, that is initiated codon, and then 20 codons are needed by ribosome. And ಈ ಕಡೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ codon ಬಂದ ನಂತರ after stop codon what are present? Again UTR found before the initiator region also, and after that is stop codon also. And why they are present? How they are helping? They are helping in the efficient, that is 100% translation process. Okay, so this is about total translation process. And small information again, I told you when the magnesium concentration reaches to what? 0.001 molar concentration, the two subunits join. But when it increases, I told many ribosomes structure ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ? It is like this is one mRNA, and when it increases more than 0.001 molar, more than one mRNA joins. For example, we will drop only two ribosomes, and such a structure is called dimer.
dimer. ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿ? When the concentration of magnesium ions goes more than what? 0.001 molar. Okay. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 2 subunits of ribosome dissociate. Okay. So this is about total process of translation, and this polypeptide chain later forms a mature protein, and this mature protein is nothing but according to what? Our DNA, because ಇದು ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ mRNA ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಈ mRNA ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? DNA. Since there is a sentence which comes here, I will write amino acids are added. This is the last and important point. Added, which are dictated by DNA. Very important point. Dictated by DNA, but are and represented by that is mRNA. This is very important sentence again given in NCERT also. So ಈ ತರ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, according to our DNA only our proteins are in our body, and that type only we appear. ಯಾವ type DNA ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದ ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ಮ proteins ಇದ್ದಿರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ, and that is the reason why we appear like our parents, and small variations will be there. Skin color, eye color, hair color, curly hairs, straight hairs, these are only due to that is our genetic characters. ಯಾವ DNA ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾವ ಆ DNA ಯಾವ ತರ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತದ ಅದೇ ತರ ನಾವು ಕಾಣೋದು. ದಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್, ದಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ಕಲರ್, ದಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಹೇರ್ ಕಲರ್, ಫಾರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೇರ್, ಕರ್ಲಿ ಹೇರ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಹೇರ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. So this is about total process of translation, nothing but protein synthesis. Okay, so please, some lengthy topic is this one, so please read it concentration, and if you have any doubts you can ask in the college app, and for your more clarification repeat the video and observe carefully the explanation. Okay, so in the next class we will study regulation of gene expression. ಈ gene expression ಯಾವ ತರ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗ, that is regulation of gene expression in both prokaryote and eukaryote, that we study in the next class. Till then read them. Thank you.